Hi guys! I'm here to do a little mini tutorial on how to use the LimeLife by Alcone Botanical Foundation. And this is what it looks like. Mine's a little bit messy. And this is the palette that also has two concealers. And it's a wax-based foundation, which I really love. It helps it sit on the skin really well. Doesn't kind of settle in your pores and into fine lines. And it's also 50% pigment, which is excellent. Most foundation is 11 to 23%, so you get lots of color payoff, and you'll hardly have to use any. I've been using this foundation almost every day for over 3 months now, and you can just see there's just a little divot there. And another great thing, when you start to hit pan in this foundation, you can just warm it up and it will melt just a little bit and then settle again, so you don't have to dig it out of the corners or things like that. All right, so first of all, you need to prep your skin either with a face oil. The Due Date face oil from LimeLife is excellent. It makes an absolutely excellent primer, or whatever moisturizer is your favorite. You want to have nice hydrated skin to start with. Then you can use, I forgot to bring my beauty sponge, but you can use like a beauty blender style sponge, or the Blenderful from LimeLife works excellent. Just dampen it with some warm water and wring it out so it's just a little bit damp, and then you're good to go. Or you can use the diffuser brush. This is the small one. I only have the small one. This is for concealer. It works great under your eyes, around your nose, things like that. There's the large diffuser brush, works really well as well, and that's on its way to me right now. I can't wait. Or you can use a stippling type brush, which this is similar to the diffuser one, just to buff it in. This is the one, the flat top kabuki brush from Sigma. This is the one that I use until my diffuser brush gets here from LimeLife, and it works really, really well to buff in. Or you can even use a large powder brush like this one. It works quite well as well. All right, so just dip your brush in. You don't need very much. And then get to work. Keeping in mind, I don't have a mirror. I'm just doing this by looking at the video. Just buff it in. I'm the color Shinto 1 right now. It probably would be closer to a Shinto 2, I would say, in the summer. But my tan is pretty much gone now that we're mid-November. So I'm just gonna do a half face to kind of show you how it works. And then I usually go all around my eye as well. And then if you're going to use eyeshadow, you can use either the translucent powder from LimeLife or a beige colored eyeshadow, just to set the powder a little bit in your eye, especially if you tend to have more oily eyelids like I do. So buff, buff, buff it in. Make sure and go down your neck. No lines. I want everything to match. So you can see what a huge difference. Red, spotty, bumpy, much, much better over here. So that kind of gives you an idea. Now, if you tend to be a little bit more on the oily side, you can set it, just your T-zone area with a translucent powder, or a setting spray works really well. The Time Setter from LimeLife is excellent. And I also usually do a little bit of bronzer and then a bit of blush and a little bit of highlight as well, which kind of powders the outside a little bit. And then you're good to go. All right, let's finish the rest of the face. Just make sure and buff, buff, buff. So you don't want any lines. Really want to work that foundation into the skin. and I'll be able to show you the finished product. Also make sure to work up into your hairline again, no lines. It's all about blending. Into your ear if you need to, and then down your neck. Now if you have any, pardon me, areas that need a little bit of extra coverage, tend to be a little bit more red, things like that, you can take a little bit extra. I tend to be quite red in my cheeks. Irish background. You can just buff that in a little bit more for a little extra coverage. And then I get a little red line on top of my lip. Voila.